आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव।
Azadi ka Safar with AIR News. Birth of a nation. India's glorious freedom struggle is one of the greatest struggles the modern world has ever witnessed. AIR News brings you a glimpse of this struggle every day.
In today's episode, we remember freedom fighter Kamrup District, who was born on the 14th of February 1909 at Kanjirapalli, erstwhile Travancore, in Kerala. Though a teacher by profession, she quit her job to join India's freedom movement. Gandhiji gave her the title of the Jhansi Ki Rani of Travancore.
In August 1938, a public demonstration was called by the Travancore State Congress, which was suppressed by the Diwan of Travancore. People rose up in the civil disobedience movement and many nationalist leaders were imprisoned. A Kamrup, who was only 29 years old at the time, came forth during the trying times and emerged as a daring and charismatic leader.
She organized a massive rally to put pressure on the rulers to release the jailed leaders and to install a responsible government in Travancore. More than 20,000 people joined the protest, and people across the country hailed her for her unflinching courage.
Akamma organized the Desha Sevika Sangh, a female volunteer corps, and travelled tirelessly across the country to appeal to women to join the freedom struggle. Her efforts led to a surge in the number of women volunteers in the local bodies.
On the 24th of December 1939, she attended the annual conference of the Travancore State Congress, for which she was sentenced to 1 year of imprisonment. After release, she became the president of Travancore Congress, and in her presidential address, she welcomed the Quit India resolution passed at the Bombay session of the Indian National Congress in 1942. Akamma faced a series of arrests for violating ban orders and staging protests. But this did not deter her.
Post-independence, Akamma was elected to the Travancore Legislative Assembly in 1947. She quit active politics in 1967 and served as a member of the Freedom Fighters Pension Advisory Board. In her autobiography, she summed up her life when she wrote,
Shakespeare has said that the world is a stage and that all the men and women merely players. But to me, this life is a long protest against conservatism, meaningless rituals, societal injustice, gender discrimination, against anything that is dishonest, unjust.
Akamma District continued to work for the people till her death on the 5th of May 1982. We salute the great freedom fighter.
जगातील शास्त्रज्ञ आणि काही भारतीय शास्त्रज्ञ असं म्हणत असतात की या 21व्या शतकामध्ये अन्नधान्य आणि पाण्याची टंचाई यांची तीव्रता या देशाला जाणवेल आणि या शतकाच्या अखेरीला कित्येक लोक भूक बळी पडलेले असतील, पडत राहतील आणि पाण्याच्या शिवाय माणसं तडफडतील.
We also remember nationalist Mohan Dharia, who was born on the 14th of February 1925 in Raigad district of Maharashtra. Dharia plunged into the independence struggle at the very young age of 16 years.
In 1942, Dharia and his fellows tried to take charge of the Tehsil Kacheri in Mahar, Raigad with an armed attack. During the raid, 5 people, including a government official, died. Dharia immediately went underground. However, he was caught by the police and sent to jail. After completing his sentence, he established the organization Lok Sena to free the Janjira princely province from the Siddhi rulers.
After independence, Mohan Dharia joined politics and was elected to parliament multiple times. He was also involved with many social initiatives. AIR salutes the great freedom fighter.
We also remember nationalist Shamacharan Shukla, who died on the 14th of February 2007. His father, Ravi Shankar Shukla, was the first Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh, and Shamacharan himself became Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh 3 times. Shamacharan was inspired by the freedom movement and participated in the Quit India movement in 1942. He was the founder editor of Mahakoshal, the first Hindi daily from Raipur.
After independence, Shamacharan joined politics. He was appointed the State Irrigation Minister in 1967 and Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh thrice in 1969, 1975 and in 1989. Later, in 1999, he was elected as a Member of Parliament. His public life was marked by simplicity, ethical conduct and integrity. We salute the great nationalist. That brings us to the end of this episode of Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. See you in the next episode tomorrow.